It's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is J.D. Bennett. Welcome to the show, J.D. I'm going to take a minute before I talk to him. He's with the American Legion, and we're going to talk about veterans issues. And I'm here to tell you, we got a lot of guys out there that can use help. You watch this segment, if you're not a vet but you know someone, pay close attention. You might want to get in touch with J.D. You might want to pay attention to what he's talking about. J.D., thank you and welcome to the show. Let's talk about the American Legion.
American Legion is the nation's first and largest veteran service organization. We were founded in 1919, and we were chartered by Congress at that point.
Right.
And we're coming up on our 100-year anniversary.
Been around a while, have you?
Yes, we have.
That's good. But you provide a lot for the vets.
We do. We have a lot of services available, and the four pillars of the American Legion is veterans assistance and rehabilitation, Americanism, national security, and children and youth. And one of the programs that I'm most fond of, because I am a veteran service officer, is our VA&R program. And the VA&R is Veterans Assistance and Rehabilitation. So we do a lot of assistance with our veterans. We provide rehabilitation services as well, and we help vets pay for those services and stuff through those programs.
JD, there was a time veterans came back and they had maybe college benefits, and they could get, they had the VA for loans, and of course there was the hospital, but that was pretty much it. They were left pretty much under, because people weren't aware of what happens when these young guys have been in like combat situations. Sometimes not even combat situations, just in situations where they've been away from home and they've experienced things.
Yep.
It's so much different today.
It's a lot different.
Yeah.
Our Vietnam vets were treated horribly when they came home. Some of them were spat upon, called baby killers, and all kinds of things. And that was just horrible that they were treated like that. And today's vets, because of 9/11, we were attacked on our soil. People seem to take a different look at that, and our vets today are receiving a much better welcome home. They got crowds at the airports that are cheering them when they come in. You see a lot more of shaking hands out in public, thanking them for their service.
And care for issues that have developed. That maybe people think you come back and you just jump right back into the civilian life, and it just doesn't work that way for a lot of these guys.
It doesn't. They've seen a lot of horrible things over there. They've seen things that people can't even dream, and it affects them. That's where the PTSD, some of the suicidal ideations are because of what they saw in combat. It's not because they feel lonely. It's not because they're depressed. It's because of what they saw. And it's really hard to comprehend for them.
I've heard that rumor.
Yes.
What's this we got here?
That is a replica of a military helmet. And that's a program that we're utilizing now. It's called Helmets for Heroes. And
we've got an emblem here on the front.
The American Legion.
American Legion. On the side, we have a Red Cross.
And the Red Cross is basically a symbol of someone needs help.
Right. Well,
our program, our VA&R, our Veterans Assistance Rehabilitation Program, needs help. You did forget to mention one thing. On the top of that helmet is a little slot.
Oh, yeah. Right there. And the thing about this right here is it's to put something into.
Well, they were probably designed for change, but dollar bills, when they're folded,
they'll work just fine.
Fit in there perfect.
There you go.
20s, 50s, they all work.
They all work, huh?
They do.
But not only do they work going in, but they do a lot of work coming out.
They absolutely do. As a veteran service officer, I'm funded through this program. Now, the American Legion itself is a 100% volunteer organization.
Right.
We are contracted with the VA hospitals, statewide, nationwide actually, to provide assistance to veterans in filing claims, filing appeals, helping them adjust back into civilian life. And our program has suffered the last few years. It's fallen short, and we've taken out of our general fund to accommodate the VA&R program to make sure that this program doesn't go away. So this program was designed, we put those helmets out, we give them to family, friends, our veterans take them, And we're trying to get these out to the community, to businesses who will put them on their counters and with a little explanation of what we're doing to collect the change.
That's awesome. I'm a business person in the community here in Fresno. How do I get a hold of one of those things?
Call me. Go to calegion.org. It stands for California. It's our California Department of American Legion. CALEGION.org, callegion.org. There's a tab on there that you can actually donate to the program.
Okay.
Or you can order a helmet, or you can contact any local representative of the American Legion, any of our posts throughout the communities, and they'll make sure that
And they're
business.
around.
And they're actually in a lot of businesses right now. We have them sitting on counters.
Right.
The program has been somewhat successful since we enacted it. It kind of went on board January 18.
Okay.
And it was about a 6-month process in the makings, and we jumped on it real quick because we thought that this program was going to be something that would really help fund our VA and our program. So you'll see these around town, some of the businesses, local businesses, and we're collecting change. At our convention in June, we're trying to get a close accounting, but it looks like just from January to June, we collected about $45,000 to $50,000.
Cool. That's great.
We need $400,000.
Then we got a little bit to go.
We got a little ways to go.
Now here's the thing. If you're a business person, or you have a business, you want to get one of these, then he told you how to get a hold of it, and we'll go back to that again in a minute. But if you happen to be just someone out and about and you see one of these, it was real interesting. He was telling me that they take change in here real easy, but you can take a $1 bill, or a 5, or a 10, or a 20, or even something more than that. You can fold it up, and it will fit in there also. And the most interesting thing about this is if you happen to see these in one place, and you go to another place on a different day, you can do it all over again. And the thing is, it helps, and it helps a lot. And I want to thank you and the Legion for all that you do for these guys, because, man, it's tough coming back.
It is. A lot of these guys have a lot of issues. Some of them come back, and they're perfectly normal. They go into society. They're productive members, and some of them just don't have that makeup. And when they come back, they need the assistance, and that's what we're here for.
Thanks, JD.
My
Thanks
pleasure.
for being on. Anything else before we close?
Go to callegion.org and donate to Helmets for Heroes.
There you go. And I'll see you when we come back.